Hi everybody. In this video we're going to talk about solving the equations inside of angles. Let's go through these problems. Let's see how they're done. So first what we have in front of us is we see that we have a 90-degree angle. We have two angles that add up to 90 degrees. That means that this is a complementary angle. What's important to remember is that it is two angles adding up to equal 90 degrees. So which two angles is it? Well, it is this first one, 2x, and the second one, 6x plus 10. So if we add them together, we know they make 90 because we can see that little red square in this corner, the little square there. So all I'm going to do is say 90 equals 2x plus the other angle, 6x plus 10. Now all I need to do is find x, and I can find my equations. So let's put our bar down and solve the problem. To solve the bottom problem, 2x plus 6x is 8x. I'll bring down everything else. And now it's just a two-step equation using SAD-MED. I'll subtract 10 from each side, giving me 80 equals 8x. Final step is to divide by 8. And we just figured out that our answer, x, is going to be equal to 10. Now that's only about half the problem. I could say x equals 10 now. To go and figure out what the angle measurements are, what these both equal, I'm just going to plug in 10 for x. So I'll go back to this problem and I'll take out x and I'll replace it with 10. And I know 2 times 10 is 20, which means my last angle should be 70, but let's double check by solving it. 6, I'll take out that x and put in 10 plus 10. And if I did this, 6 times 10 is 60. 60 plus 10 is 70. So I know that worked out. My angle measurements were 20 and 7. So just remember, for complementary angles, when we know it equals 90 degrees, you just add both angles together and it equals 90 degrees. Let's go look at our next problem. Scroll down. Okay, let's do scroll. Give me 1 second. I will scroll down. Oh, I know what I did. Sorry. I hit this button. Minimize. I will scroll down to number 2. Now let's look at number 2. Sorry about that. All right, so for number 2 here, we see that we make a straight line. Two angles came together and made a straight line. That means that this is supplementary. We know supplementary angles, if they make a straight line, that means this is going to equal 180. So you need to ask yourself, well, what equals 180? It is both of these angles together. It is that's 3x, and I'm going to add it to the other angle, 7x plus 30. Now I'm going to go ahead and solve it. If I was going to solve this, I'll put my bar down. 3x plus 7x is 10x. I'll bring down everything else. Plus 30 could come down, and so can 180. Now I'm going to solve like a two-step equation. We can subtract 30 from both sides, giving me 150 equals 10x. Final step, divide by 10, and we'll have our answer of x is going to equal 15. And now that we know that, now that I know x is 15, I can find out what the angle measurements are just by plugging it in. I'll do 3 times 15 over here, which if you type that into your calculator is 45 degrees. So I know my one angle is 45. And then for this one, we'll do the same thing. We'll do 7. I'll take out x and put in 15. plus 30. If you end up solving this, you get 135 degrees. And we know that's correct because if you add those two up, they add up to 180, which a straight line has to equal because a straight line would be like doing half a circle, half a turnaround, which is 180. All right, let's look at our last one. And the last one we're going to look at is going to be a vertical angle. So if we look at our vertical angles here, vertical angles are when you have two lines that cross. So we can see I have a line here, and I have this other line here, and they crossed. When you have two lines that cross or intersect, that's what it's really called, the angles that are on opposite sides equal the same thing, meaning this 12x and this 2x plus 60, they're equal. They are exactly the same. They're the same measurement. So because we know they're exactly the same, we could write an equation saying that they're equal to each other. Meaning we could find x. And if we could figure out what x is, because I could set them equal to each other, we could find their measurements. So if I did this, I'm going to say each angle is equal to the other one. I'll put my bar down. I'm going to solve it like an equation. Here I have 12x on one side and 2x on the other. I'm going to subtract 2x's from both sides. And that way, I'll have 10x equals 60. And now it's an easy one-step problem left to solve. Remember, we want to get all of our variables on one side. Final step, to get rid of 10 times x, I'll divide by 10. And we're going to get our answer of x equals 60. X equals 6. Now I can say x equals 6. And you may notice down here where it says angle measurements, I only gave you one spot. And that's because they're going to have the same measurement. I'm going to do both problems, but I'm going to double check that I get the same answer. So for this one, remember, we're going to do 12. I'll take out x and I'll plug in 6. If you did that, you would get 72. I'll double check that over here. I'll rewrite the same problem, but I'll take out x and put in 6 plus 60. And if I did that, I would also get 72. So because I got the same answer both times, I know I must have done it right. And that is how we do vertical angles. All right, make sure you fill out all these notes completely. Feel free to go back and rewind it anytime. Thank you for watching.